Alright, can y'all hear me? I'm always late. Give me 1 second, guys, because I like to watch the chat along with you guys. So 1 second, please. Make sure that's turned all the way down. Alrighty, let's see. Alright. Right. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Spooky, Megan, or Megs, whichever you like to call me, and we are live today. I haven't been live in like, oh god, a long time, so it's a little nervous. Unfortunately, I can't share my screen because I'm doing a live off of my iPad. I've done research trying to figure out how to do it, and you have to be like connected to like a computer type of thing, and I could not find my computer charger. So we're just going to kind of wing it of what the topic is today. And I'm sorry it's so wiggly. I'm sitting on my bed. So apologize for that. Let's see. So we got a few people here. We're going to give some people time to come in if they're interested. If not, we'll proceed with the topic at hand. Let's see. I don't know if my AirPods are on or what. Well, I would hold up a cardboard, but I didn't have time to do that, so might be some issues there with that. Give people a few minutes. All right, cool. The notification came through. That's awesome. I'm glad my notifications work. YouTube is a little stupid sometimes. All right, let's see. Hey, Miss Dina. How you doing? All right. And hey, everybody else. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I'm not ignoring you. Just say hey to everybody. It's a lot to say hey to. A lot of people. All right. Let's see. A few minutes. Yeah, I could go old school, but I didn't have time to print out copies either. Let's see. And this is going to be, I was nervous about this topic because the lady we're discussing is a little crazy, to be quite honest. But it's not to be mean or spiteful. I may have my opinions in there, and everybody's entitled to one. Just putting that out there. And anybody that comes in, as long as you're respectful with your opinion, I don't mind opinions. But just be respectful and remember to be respectful. Let me see. Cindy came in earlier. I got a like bubble. Oh, that was cool. I just seen that on my phone. That was pretty cool. Where in Sam Hick is all my mods, man? I only have one in here. I'm going to see if my mods show up first, because the topic we're discussing, trolls may come in. So I just want to make sure all my mods are here. How'd you get blocked, Steven? My lord. Oh, that's cool. I can see like the little like bubble. That is so cool. That is awesome. Wow. Well, that's new. Yeah. Some people don't like positivity. It eats them. It jumps out and bites them. They don't like kindness. Let's see. I can't see Cindy either. What the heck? I was like a minute late too, Michelle. Thank you for coming. I'm just trying to see if my mods will come in. Because I only have my mom. Let's see. I'm going to go to my documents. Okay, I gotta go to my documents really quick. Just bear with me, guys. We're gonna have to do this kind of crazy. Alright. I know. It sent me a notification to my email about my own self. I know. I'm the one that did it. What? Okay, let me see. Gotta go through here. We're not gonna go to the other document. Don't believe in that stuff. Let's see. So we're gonna start with I can't share my screen, which is a bummer because I wasn't gonna show my face. I was just gonna be like a little bubble and then just share my screen, but the universe had other plans, apparently. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're gonna start with the lawsuit from Gypsy Rose. We're going to go a little backwards, but not really. And then we're going to get into everything that's supposed to be discussed. I figured it'd be too much for a video, considering I am running out of storage in my iPad because I take a lot of videos, I take a lot of pictures. I have more pictures of my kids than I do myself in there. So we're going to go a little backwards. We're going to start with this article and then we're going to proceed to who this lady really is and why this lawsuit is happening, logically thinking. So just bear with me. Yes, just me. All right, so I'm going to go to the Perez Hilton article. I will put the link. I'll put all links that I discuss in this video in the description box. I just was in a rush to get everything scheduled for you guys so you guys can finally see me after, I think I went live on my channel like last year, I want to say somewhere near about Christmas time. So it's a lot. It really is. That's why I was like, I should go live about it, you know. And I think it'd be so much easier. So I absolutely love Perez Hilton. He always has like gossip everywhere, and it's cool seeing his perspective of everything. The creator Miss Nina had posted a TikTok, I think, talking about it. I'll also link her TikTok in the description. She's not my top favorite, but she does have some good points there, and she does discuss a lot about this whole gypsy thing. And hello, Mr. Wolf. Where you at? Oh, I see you. Hello. Hello. Get down from that roof. It's too hot today. Get down. It's just way too hot for all of that. Alrighty, so if you're not familiar, Gypsy is planning on suing Miss Fancy because she is out here creating lives, videos, shorts. I do believe she's on TikTok as well. Basically slandering her name. She's got documents about Miss Gypsy. She's got medical records. She's got all that stuff, and she's been exposing it or threatening to expose it to like everyone. One, you can't like share medical records due to HIPAA. That'll be a HIPAA violation. So you cannot, you like, I can't even like go and get my kids' medical records and show them to you guys, because that is a private thing, basically. Um, and she's threatened her. She's made lives threatening to expose her. Says some god awful stuff about her. I mean, just over the top. And I understand if there was like some kind of bad blood there, but don't lie on an individual because one, they no longer want anything to do with you. And that's the thing. I'm not going to come on here as a person, because at the end of the day, we also forget that even though they're in the spotlight, some of us forget that they're human beings with feelings, with emotion, and get wrapped up with the hatred. And that's not fair to anybody, period. Doesn't matter who it is. I don't care if if you and somebody else was friends last week and y'all aren't friends anymore. Don't go public. Keep it private. Move on. That's the normal thing to do. But she has been bashing this girl for months. Ever since Gypsy's like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with that. And and we also got to keep in mind that Gypsy's still learning the real world. She's learning, how to make mistakes, how to learn from them. And so it's like there are people saying, oh, she knows what she's doing. She knows this, that, the third. She's still getting used to being, out of prison. She may have a wild streak. That's completely normal for someone who is experiencing freedom, like actual freedom. Okay. So we just got to understand that at the end of the day, sorry, I am sweating like really bad under here. We always have to remember at the end of the day, we got someone out here in the real world experiencing new stuff. Yeah, she might have learned real world stuff in prison, but she wasn't actually in the real world. Okay. Women in prison taught her how to do her makeup, do her hair, all the girl stuff. And but when you get out in the real world, like anybody else, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna do stuff, you're gonna go out, and you might have a wild streak for a little while and then say, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Who is that? Is that a kid? Is that a child? I don't want any children in here, guys. I didn't put that protection on this live, guys. I apologize. That's a baby. Sweetheart. This is not, no. Unless your parents know, please get out. If there are any children in this live, it is not meant for children, okay? And only unless your parents are okay with it, and legit your parents are okay with it, you can't be in here, okay? I'm not being mean, I promise, but I just don't want to be accused of no crazy mess, all right? Okay, just me. You didn't have to expose your age. I think the doctor is a child, and if they are, please keep in mind, and it's not for children. Sorry. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard sues true crime blogger who claims the murder, the M word, was not what everyone thinks. If anyone is going to profit from the Gypsy Rose Blanchard, it's going to be her. That's why she slammed a true crime influencer with a hefty lawsuit. On Monday, Rolling Stone obtained some legal documents. The 32-year-old and her family filed against a blogger named April Jones, which Fancy has stated that's her actual name. She said it on a live, so it's not technically a dox, but if it is, I apologize in advance. Please don't come for me. Also known as Francesca Fancy Marcelli. I mean, not Marcelli, Maselli, sorry. The suit filed last month accuses the defendant of fraud, breach of contract, defamation, and more surrounding an alleged deal with Gypsy, where Gypsy signed over her life story rights to the influencer. The docs claim back in 2017, while the Louisiana native was still in prison for her role in the M word of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, Maselli promised to produce media projects to Gypsy's behalf. It keeps like glitching because all these ads on this page, so I'm sorry. With her production company, MadGingerEntertainment. After signing this deal, the suit says the Blanchard family started giving tons of information away to the blogger in order for her to start working on these projects. They claim to have handed over things like personal documents, case evidence, family photos, crime scene photos, police videos, court transcripts, and even Gypsy's own private medical records. Excuse me. Come 2019, the family says Maselli didn't do anything with all the information she was given. So naturally, they wanted out of the contract. They didn't renew their deal with the true crime fanatic because of her failure to secure any media projects or produce any marketable content. They also claim she was confrontational and had an issue with Gypsy's then fiance, Ken Urker. I hope I pronounced that right because I'm bad with butchering names. It wasn't until after they broke up that things finally got a little better for a while. The Blanchards claim after Urker was out of the picture, Maselli produced content sporadically about Gypsy on social media. But they say she got more focused on, oh my lord, what the devil? Okay. This is like glitching like mad. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta get back to my spot. It's being weird. It's being weird. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. But they say she got more focused on the falling out she had with the family and said they were hiding things about the case. After Gypsy got released, things took another turn. Court docs allege around October 2023, Maselli's content about the convicted N-word, schmurderer, became more pointed and caustic, as well as drew in some mega bucks due to monetization on her accounts. The lawsuit claims Maselli started sharing all that sensitive information the Blanchards handed over years ago, including Gypsy's private medical records, family phone numbers, and photos of Dee Dee's body. Ouch. The blogger is also being accused of making repeated accusations against the family, claiming they were stalking her and encouraging people to stalk and harass her without giving any sort of proof. That's where the defamation accusation comes in, we guess. And if that wasn't enough, the suit is also accusing Maselli of ruining the Lifetime star's reputation intentionally. Legal documents claim she said at one point, "I'm so sick of Gypsy, like I honestly want to bury her so far down a rabbit hole, and I think if I dig enough, I can make her look so effing bad." The family also goes to say in the filings, Maselli claimed Gypsy's stepmom, Christy Blanchard, sold you effing Munchausen by proxy. In other words, that was all an act. She says the murder had nothing to do with the syndrome by which Dee Dee abused Gypsy. It ain't effing medical child abuse. We've been had. F it, B word, sue me. By February of this year, the Blanchards sent a cease and desist telling her to take down what she'd already posted and immediately stop creating content and saying false, defamatory, and harassing things. But that didn't seem to deter Maselli, as the legal docs claim she posted a YouTube video days later calling Gypsy dangerous and a deviant, while adding she could bury that B word if she looked into the case more. No wonder Gypsy and her family are pissed. They're suing the content creator for fraud, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, defamation, and false light. They're seeking unspecified damages as well as injunctive relief to get Maselli to stop posting content about Gypsy. Wow, a lot to take in and very, very messy. What do you think about all this? Perezicious readers, let us know below. I love Perez. Okay. So they did give it to her, but that's because and we'll look at this document and I will break it down for you all. So, here we go. All right, let's see. So basically this lady, it all originated with her being fascinated with the case, as many of us were, when it was first brought up. Sorry guys. Now, what got me to researching is I was at my old place. I lived right up the street from where I live at now. And I watched. Now, this is like, there's dramatic effects, things of that nature in the show. But what really got me to researching since 2017 or 2018, the act came out. And I was watching on Hulu. Some of it had dramatic effect, of course. A lot of it, even Gypsy states that a lot of it was like too dramatic for her to watch, and too traumatic for her to watch, so she didn't watch it. But I was like, did this really happen? Like, what's going on? So I started researching and digging, and man, let me tell you, I was like, what? I had so many questions. So this lady had to be around the time that the act came out. She started getting fascinated with Gypsy rose the case, almost to the point where now it's trashing her and dragging her. But why is she trashing her and dragging her? Um, so let's see. So basically, she wanted to gather resources for those privately suffering from the same trauma as Gypsy, give them a voice, and provide help for them. She wanted to chronicle every aspect of Gypsy's story, and she wanted rights to the story so she could be the face of the case for media outlets. She created an entertainment production company called MadGingerEntertainment, listed on her Facebook as a movie or TV studio. She also has a YouTube, TikTok, and Patreon. So she was also making money off of this case. The Patreon has 1,200 plus members, and her studio page has 300 plus followers. Her Patreon is named The True Crime Wives, and the YouTube is the Good Wives Network. And this is shared by other women that run it together. It appears that the studio opened in 2019. The information on it, this company appears to be just a group of vloggers working together, providing and sharing information on the true crime stories. It's important to note that the production company started in 2019 because Fancy approached Gypsy, Christy, Rod, and Mia Blanchard in 2017 to get life rights via a contract signed by Gypsy, Christy, and Rod Blanchard to be the media person to broker interviews, film a documentary, no production company at this time, and write a book. She requested access to a lot of information to include Gypsy's medical records and crime scene photos. She made a contract, one for Gypsy and a separate one for Rod and Christy. These contracts were signed for 1 year and would need to be renewed yearly. The family was providing her with all the information she needed and requested. There was no progress on media posts, shows, beginning the documentary, or script for a movie. There were only sporadic posts on Fancy's social media accounts. After about 2 years with no progress, Gypsy and her family wanted out of the contract, and they ended the business relationship with Fancy in 2019, shortly after Fancy went from supporting them to spreading false information on them. She claims to have made no money off of Gypsy's story, yet she put the crime scene photos and Gypsy's medical records behind a paywall on Patreon. Her lowest tier on that site is $25, so she is making at a minimum $25 per Patreon member. That appears to be profiting from Gypsy's story post-contract termination. So I have screenshots in this document. I may get some links to kind of post in there so you guys can like click the links and stuff like that if you want to get to know more more proof, things of that nature. I will see if I can tag Gypsy in this and Miss Nina. Nina's been following behind this whole lawsuit thing for a little while now since it came out. So I want everyone to get as much information as possible. Maybe it'll help Gypsy's case as well. So let me see if I can zoom in and show you guys on screen. So it's watermarked. So that's her top tier. I mean, not her top tier, her $25 tier. Excuse me. And then this is her second tier. Okay. And then, let me see if I can scoot it over here. And then you have a Good Wife Private Investigator for $50. I'm so glad you can see it so clearly. That's awesome. Now I can't make out what each tier does, and hopefully it's in this document. So I couldn't share my screen, so we're doing it a little different today. Alrighty. So now this seems a little suspect to me. She reached out to the family, made contracts that covered the services she was going to do, and presented herself as a liaison for them to broker deals on behalf of the family. Knowing that she had no access to any major outlets, this would void the said contracts as they were not legal and binding contracts. Hello, Yaya. Sorry, I'm looking down because I can't share my screen, so you guys can't follow along with me, of course. So moving on, Fancy discredits the Blanchard family and makes public false statements to, oh, excuse me, hold on. Liaison. Something. I don't know. Fancy discredits the Blanchard family and makes public false statements to initially make the family look bad. She claims that they are frauds and liars, but could she actually be the villain in her twisted web? She went to the family with a pipe dream and knowing that she could never follow through on the contract obligations. Since this suit has made its rounds through the media sources such as TMZ, Perez Hilton, and Rolling Stone, she has denied being served. However, in February of 2024, the Blanchard family sent through certified mail a cease and desist that Fancy refused to sign for and ignored. She has also stated publicly on her platform that she has made no money off this story, even though she posted the medical records of Gypsy Rose and their family's phone numbers behind a paywall on Patreon. According to national HIPPA laws, even though the family sent Gypsy's medical records to Fancy to look at, it does not give her permission to send them to anyone else to comb through. It also does not give Fancy permission to place them behind a paywall on a public social media site such as Patreon or YouTube, especially after the year contract ended. Let's see. Now, let me look at this real quick. I just want to make sure there's no, no weird stuff going on here. But, so some of the stuff is blurred out, which is good. So this is, she was, let me see. So I can't see like the full, oh, hey, Robert. Hey. Hi, Amanda. I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing this a little weird. I can't share my screen like most of us, fancy YouTubers can, because my iPad is crazy. So this is just a little snippet. I don't want to if there is anything personal in there, I don't want to expose that out of respect for the Blanchard family. That would not be cool. All right. So I'm not going to show this one. Yes, I am. But it's blurry because there's no clear picture. But alrighty. So Fancy did a live stream on June 4th, 2024 to raise money for travel expenses to court and briefly went over some things in the court document. One thing she brought up was her 1998 food stamp case, which she downplayed as a misdemeanor. Nope, it was a felony. Oh, she didn't see the need to add this information to the case, but it is also to show a history of fraud. This is the screenshot of the food stamp fraud that was considered a felony, and she was released on probation. So, and then let me look. Just let me look at some of this stuff because I don't want to dox anyone or get in any kind of trouble. So let's see. So I can't show you part of it, but it's really hard to, because it'd be so much easier if I could share my screen. So there's the documentation. It's a little blurry right there for you. So let's see. Should I play the clips or just keep going? I'll have the link of the clips, and since we can't share my screen this evening, I'll try to have the clips posted in the description box as well, so that way you guys can follow the links and all that good stuff. Yeah. So that way you can do your own little fun research, do a little fun research. This is a dysfunctional live because I was going to be like a pro over here, but I'm sorry, guys. I will also be posting an article from May 2019 that says the Blanchard family is working on their own doc with Fancy's production company, Mad Ginger, the one that wasn't formed until 2019. We still can't get any information on the Ginger Entertainment, as the domain is empty and looks to prove that it is only on Facebook. Blanchard Family signed the contract with Fancy and her fictional company in 2017. Okay, so she did not start this company until 2019. So basically, she had them sign something so she could mind their business. Basically, so stupid. My God, help her, Lord. So stupid. Like, yeah, because I don't know. I didn't ask the lady. She's too like unhinged for me to ask her any questions. She might like blow up on me and do what she did to poor Gypsy Rose and her family. She freaking doxed them behind a paywall. Come on now. It's so stupid. Like, come on. This is I think this is the contract, right? Yep. Life rights option. I can't read it. It's blurry. But that's the petition. Okay. I can't quite read it myself. Does Gypsy have a relationship with her dad, stepmom, and stepsister? Yes. She has a very good relationship with her dad and her stepmom. Her stepmom loves her more than anything in this world. Like, she is wonderful with Gypsy. Like, she is 100% like they're not blood related, but that woman loves that girl to death. Let's see. And there's more of it. I can't read it, so don't feel bad if you can't see it. And that is Gypsy's official signature right there at the bottom, and the date. Yes. So it's not an official court document, of course. Let's see. So here is the timestamps of when this. Am I doxing anybody doing this? Okay. I just want to make sure. So that shows the page ID and the date that the Facebook was created. More proof for you guys. Oh, y'all didn't expect receipt, right? This is only mainstream media coverage that I've seen Fancy take part in for the Blanchard family, and this was done after the family severed ties with her. Notice the year is 2021. So let's go over here so that way you guys can see. This is MadGingerEntertainment. So you see it's January 21st, 2021. Okay. And let's see. So, as far as I can see, Fancy and the Good Wives Network only has a social media platform for Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I know her GWN was about 4.5K subscriber count. Hardly a media management company that can secure a book deal, documentary deal, or appearances on a major network shows. She claims to have her Good Wives Network podcast on Roku. Let's see what the search brings up. I searched both for companies' names. After I checked just one streaming service she had on her linked page, I did not check any others. Found too many pieces that don't fit Fancy's narrative. For her LinkedIn, there is no formal education in journalism noted. So my researcher did a little background check on her too. There's no formal education listed there either. There are quite few perjury charges though. That means Fancy Pants, okay, has been caught lying to not one but several courts and convicted of it. And y'all probably seen my mouth and my nose the whole time I'm looking over this. So, as you can see, what's that? What's that? What is that? Nothing, right? And what is this? Come on now. Come on. Ridiculous, right? So feel free to check out Fancy's LinkedIn profile. You can do your own research to see if she is a blatant fraud or not. There are big claims on this. As you know, she is an investigative journalist. I've also listed the requirements for a journalist. So let's see. The first step to choosing a career, let's see. High school all journalists, regardless of the medium they choose to work in, need a strong whatever. Okay, let's see. So basically, journalists have to study journalism. Also, I think in college too, they have to do some intern work, all that good stuff. Let's see. On June 5th, 2024, Fancy and her business partner, um, if there truly is a business, went to court for the suit filed against her. It was dismissed because of venue issues. As Fancy did not commit the acts against her in Missouri, this means the case is dismissed in Missouri, but the Blanchard family has made a statement that they will file in the proper venue. So Fancy will get her day in court as it will be closer to her location of jurisdiction. All right. So I'll have links for that as well for the dismissal in the description box. This was just a brief coverage of the Fancy and Gypsy court case. If you would like to learn more about the case and updates, let me know. Blah, blah, blah. I'll have it in the description. Let's see. So there are some accusations about a whole lot of stuff, things of that nature. It is, and there's also going to be a link. Hold on. Alrighty. So, I'll also have clips from where she begged from subs for the money to stay longer past dismissal, and things of that nature. I'll have all of those in the description. Reporting means 3 months of benefits. Is that enough to reach felony level? Otherwise, maybe that severity of the charge had to do with what she lied about. Probably she lied about. She probably didn't report some kind of income or something like that. You can get charged for not reporting certain income. You can get charged for, people do it, selling food stamps. You can get charged for that if you're caught. If you're caught lying about your income in your household just to get food stamps, you can get charged for that. You will have to pay the government back a certain amount of money. It's crazy. Yeah, it's very, very crazy. I'm reading the comments right now. I'm not 100% sure I might have a link for that too, so you guys can look. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, California. Okay. But doesn't she live in like... She lives in Kentucky, right? Did she say she lives in Kentucky? Mm-hmm. Or trading them for, drugs and firearms too. It says so when you sign the documents for food stamps. Um, do not sell or trade for firearms, drugs. If you are caught doing so, you will get fined. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am, sir. Sir, is it sir or ma'am? Stephen can go both ways. Sir or ma'am. I'm sorry. Yeah, she is a she's a breadwinner. All right, I have to hand it to her though. She is hustling. I can't even knock her for the hustle. But what I don't like is someone who is trashing a girl who is getting mental help. It's ma'am. Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure, because I have a coworker with like a male name, and I kept calling her sir, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm a ma'am. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, the first name threw me off. And they're like, yeah, I know. So I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Some people get sensitive about that stuff, so I don't want to get blamed for stuff. Let's see. So I'll also have a link for certain footage was for her documentary. Let me see if I can actually play that. Okay. Let's see. I'll turn it up for you guys. So as you can see, all right, let's go. All right. That's enough of that. Oh, hey, Roadhog. You missed everything. You missed all the tea. You always do. No, she doesn't. Doing a normal video like I did the DD Blanchard video, okay? Because we're going in chronological order, okay? We're starting with DD, then we're moving on to whomever's next. I haven't planned it out yet how I want to do it. But what's happening is I'm telling the history of everyone's life and putting it all together. But I'm making sure I get my facts straight because, listen, y'all say it, those of you that are not Team Gypsy or what have you, and I respect that, you know, do with what you wish. That's fine. Have no ill will against that. I just know that I have to make sure I get my facts straight because I ain't trying to get sued. I ain't got nothing for them, okay? I ain't got all the money in the world. Um, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so that's what threw me off. You didn't have the Crisco. Okay, you didn't have the Crisco behind it. I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible with pronunciations. I'm horrible with everything. I will do more updates about this as we move along because it's a lot. It's a lot. And doing just DD Blanchard, I'm getting back to the DD Blanchard thing. It took me, I know, 8 or 9 hours just to put the clips in, do the voiceover because I had to edit that, do the photos. I mean, it took just 8 hours. Imagine how long it would take Fancy to edit a freaking documentary. Okay, it takes a lot of work to edit that kind of stuff. I've actually met a producer editor to documentaries. I'm not going to display her name because she's more behind the scenes. She's one of my customers. And it takes them a long time because she was one of the people that wraps up everything, like the crime, the story, names, interviews, if they're not deceased. It takes a lot. It takes a whole bigger team to put this stuff together. And me just doing it by myself and my researcher being my only researcher, it's a lot. And then I have to work on top of it. And I just, Fancy can't take criticism as it is, okay? She can't take a opinion that's different from hers. So what makes her think she can do a whole documentary? Because she was all about Gypsy Rose, and then Gypsy's like, I don't want to do it anymore. Family's like, we're gonna just leave you alone because you crazy lady. Um, you know, that's all she's mad about. Um, oh yeah, you work nights, Roadhog. You really do. You work hard for your family. And those girls. I know how it is with two girls, okay? I have two of my own. And they want everything. Every time they see something, they want something. So yeah, you're in the right job for it. Because girls are expensive. Boys, not so much. You get them a gaming console, they're pretty happy with themselves. They entertain them on their own self. Girls need dresses, skirts, shoes, just all the fancy stuff. But are there any questions, concerns about this at all? Again, opinions are welcome, but please be respectful. Don't come in my comments section being disrespectful because it will get deleted. Either by one of my mods that has the big wrenches, because I don't play that. What in the world is going on? Hold on, let me exit out and then go back in. Uh, let's see how many. Okay. Alright, there's only. Yeah, it looks like Mom's the only mod that showed up. I'm glad no trolls came in. But are there any questions about what we discussed? And if somebody comes after me, I know how to handle that. I just leave it alone. I honestly, if I get something that's like off the wall, I laugh about it. I mean, seriously, I do. Seriously. Yeah, we haven't heard the last from Gypsy. Just keep in mind, guys, that Gypsy is still learning life in the real world, not prison anymore. Give it time. Yeah, because she's still learning, and us people that's been in the real world all their lives, not so much in a prison like setting, I think that's where the misunderstanding comes from, honestly. The misunderstanding of why she's acting like, she's acting like a wild teenager, you know? That's what she's acting like. But you have to keep in mind, those of us that are her age or near her age, we've already got that out of our system. We're kind of like settled, right? We've learned from our mistakes. We've done all the fun stuff, and now we're just settling down. She's just getting started. Okay. Um the guy that she is divorcing, I think she said he was I think she said he's controlling or something like that. She was feeling like she was back in that feeling of being with her mom again. But those that are speaking negatively about the girl, and this is not to persuade anyone's opinion of her, you feel how you want to feel, but she's gonna make mistakes. Her mentality right now is a teenager. You know, when we were teenagers, we were learning stuff. When we were making mistakes, we were dating that one guy or girl, and then we ask ourselves, now that we're grown and we're settled, what was I thinking? Like, what in the world was I thinking about that individual? Why did I want to be with that person? Because they're such a butthole, you know? You have to give her time. And I know that's hard for some people to follow. And they're just going to have this negative energy around her. But you have to let someone make mistakes. You have to let someone learn. At the end of the day, she's a grown woman. She's still a grown woman. Legally, she's grown. She honestly, she needs to find herself before she finds a companion. You get what I'm saying? Before she finds someone she wants to spend the rest of her life with. That's just my opinion. I'm not coming after her because she's already been through enough with the social media. So social media is new to her. You know, when she was on social media back in the day, it wasn't like it is now, where you can get famous off of just jumping off the roof of your house. No. She was in an era where it was kind of hard to get noticed. Does that make sense? So, yeah, her crime wasn't something you would agree with 100%, but you have to look at it this way. It was either her or her mom. Period. Okay? And I believe her when she says, I love my mom. I love her. She was my best friend. She was always there for me. But I think when she went to her therapy sessions and stuff like that, being in prison where she's away from all this social media crap, she was like, oh my God. Can you imagine the shock on her face? She's like, oh my God, I'm a perfectly healthy girl and if this is not wrong with me, I'm okay. Like, can you imagine her reaction to that after living so long confined in a wheelchair and being told she's so sick, she's so ill, you know what I mean? And then come to find out, you get tested and get all these scans done and stuff like that just to make sure you're healthy, and boom, you're fine. I mean, imagine what that could do to someone. Just imagine. You have to put yourself in someone else's shoes for a second before you voice an opinion about someone. And that's just logical thinking. It's just thinking logically here. It's not, it's not like one of us. If we make a mistake, we're just going to sweep it under the rug, right? We're going to forgive that person for making a mistake. But someone like her who's in the public is still learning. Hold on. My oldest daughter is with me today, so she's like, hello, can I come in? No, don't come in here. Yeah, she does need to grow up some. But yeah, because guess what her mother was doing? Squeezing her hand. If she hadn't lied to the doctors, imagine what would have happened to her. It's like being in a DV situation. Okay? There's only one way out. Honestly. One way out. And though she admits to her mistakes and I'm proud of her for that, but I also look at it like this. She wasn't mentally strong back then. You have to look at that factor too. She's mentally strong now. She'll take anybody's like heat like crazy. I mean, it's amazing now. She takes someone's heat and she defends herself now, and that's amazing. That's a big turnaround. Like, imagine if she had a strong mental state back then compared to what she did have. She probably could have got out of that situation. Seriously. But she didn't have, the strong mindset that she has now. Yeah, she doesn't have any clue about marriage. Marriage is can be stressful, but it can be beautiful at the same time. Sometimes you want to throw the husband out the window. And sometimes you don't. It's a blessing and a curse. So, but yeah, that's all I have for this live today. We've been going on for like an hour and 2 minutes. I will work on the links in this description box. Just give me time to do so. It takes a lot of copy and pasting. It's a lot of hard work, though I have help, and I appreciate the help. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I ate a while ago before going live. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll have an update. I don't know when. I might go live again next weekend. We'll see how I feel. We'll see where the girls are going or what time I can go live and kind of schedule it from there. But I do need to work on my housework, and I do also do housework on Thursdays now because I'm off on Thursdays. I might pop up on a Thursday. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what's in store for the kiddos and see if they're running off somewhere in some magical forest. I don't know. But I'm so happy that even if it's just one of you guys, I'm so happy y'all came in, chatted. I'm glad everyone was not disrespectful. God, why do I want to say disrespectful so bad? I'm glad everybody was respectful in chat. I'm sorry if I didn't get to some of y'all's questions and wasn't able to say hey to everybody. But yeah, just stay safe out there. Y'all stay safe out there, and don't forget to hit the like, leave a comment. Again, opinions are good as long as they're respectful. If I see a troll, guess what? It's getting booted. I have mods that have the big wrench, okay? They don't have the little small wrench. No, they can block you. All right? Y'all have a good night. Bye, you guys. Let me see if I can get this to end live. All right. Where's my mouse? There she is. All right, bye, guys.